culture. Reppin', we do it for the whole squad. We was down, but we came back. We lost it all, but we came right. They can never hold us. They can never hold us.
What's up, my Silverback Gorilla Gang family? Hey man, I want to just go ahead and touch on this quick topic real quick. The whole Tory Lanez situation. Y'all see that? Y'all heard about that? How the man got poked up, they say like 14 times? What the fuck really going on? Let's check it out.
So there is an update in the Tory Lanez stabbing situation. So I don't have an update on his health, but I do have an update on the attacker, the alleged attacker. So the person that is alleged to have stabbed Tory Lanez is a man who is serving a life sentence for a murder charge. And according to reports, this was not his first violent incident behind bars. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation Center told TMZ that Tory Lanez was allegedly attacked by a fellow inmate named Santino Casillo. This happened at 7:20 a.m. Monday morning in a housing unit at California Correctional Institution, CCI, which is where Tory is being housed. And from all reports, they said that prison staff responded immediately. I told you guys that I found out that after they responded and they were trying to help him, he was then airlifted to the hospital where they found out that he was stabbed 14 times.
What's his name again?
His name is Santino Casillo.
Yes!
What
race it is?
We ain't got to guess. What I tell y'all?
You Mexican?
Alright man, hold on. First of all, Tory Lanez, man. Hey, shout out to Tory Lanez, man. You know, I fuck with the dude music. You know, back before he went in, I used to watch a lot of his videos where he was in the studio and, you know, he don't really write. He just get in the booth and he just lay that shit down. You know, not too many artists can do that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a different type of skill to be able to do that. So, you know, I want to acknowledge, you know, the dude's talent. But at the same time, it's very unfortunate that the man sacrificed 10 years of his life over one moment of passion, one moment of disagreement, one moment he could have chose to go right, he chose to go left. The dude is in prison for 10 years for shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. Now, I don't know what happened in that car, in that truck that night. I don't know what they were talking about or what they were doing. But what I do know is I doubt highly that whatever it is that they were getting into it about was worth him shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. I highly doubt that. I doubt if it was that serious. You understand? I also doubt it was worth him giving up 10 years of his life to go to prison when this dude was out here living his best life. This dude, you rich, you famous, you living your best life, and you give 10 years of that up to go sit in the jail cell. Now, I don't know how many of y'all been to prison, been to jail. I've never been to prison, but I've been in plenty of jail cells. And I'm going to tell you right now, one day in jail feels like a week. 1 week in jail feels like a month. Time goes by extremely slow. It's boring. It stinks. It's either hot or it's cold. For some reason, they can't get the temperature right now, motherfucker. And you're around a bunch of strangers, people you don't know, but everybody who in there, I mean, yeah, some people, you know, get the benefit of the doubt, right? Some people maybe didn't do the crime. But most of the people in there did the motherfucking crime and they got caught. And there's a lot of thieves and shit, you know what I'm saying? So these are people that you mingling with and you become friends with, but you gotta understand, you're becoming friends with a thief. You're becoming friends with a scammer, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch your shit and watch your back. You understand what I'm saying? It's very tricky. It's full of mind games, and in no way, shape, form, or fashion was whatever they were arguing about, whatever their disagreement was, no fucking way was it worth that man doing 10 years in prison. No way. But see, that goes back to what I was telling y'all before about the choices that you make in the heat of the moment, right? Your emotions are going to change. And you're going to have times where your emotions are going to hit that red nerve. You're going to have times where you're going to get hot. You're going to get mad. Right? You're going to have those times where you're going to get angry. But it's not about being angry. Even in the Bible, we have the right to be angry, but it's what you do when you get angry. Just because you're angry, you ain't got to shoot somebody in the foot. Because if you do that, your ass is going to prison for 10 years. Meanwhile, Meg Thee Stallion, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion as well, you know what I'm saying? She's out here living her best life. You sitting in that motherfucker, obviously getting into it with motherfuckers because somebody poked you up 14 times. For him to poke him up 14 times, he wanted him up out of here. He tried to erase him. He tried to get rid of him. Right? Now you're doing 10 years, which is a lot of time, but 10 years ain't shit to somebody that's doing life. And people don't understand about jail. See, when you're in jail, if you got a little time, you really can't afford to get into it with motherfuckers who got life. Because these motherfuckers can really throw it all on the table. If they whack your ass, what's the worst going to happen to them? They're going to get another life sentence. They're not going home regardless. But you got a date. They don't have a date. You got a date. You understand? So it automatically puts you at a place where you can't win that. You beefing with this man, now y'all beefing. Now if you at him and he at you, you got more to lose than he do. No matter how it comes out, no matter if he poke you up or you poke him up, you still got more to lose than him. That's why putting yourself in that situation was not the smartest idea. That was not the best thing for you. You gotta think when you're in those positions, when you're in those moments, man. When you got that pressure, when you feel those nerves and you mad than a motherfucker, you gotta think, my dude. Unless it's worth it, don't do it. Unless it's worth it, don't do it. If it's worth it, hey, do what the fuck you gotta do. Do what you feel you need to. That's your business. But if it ain't worth it, and we all know that Meg Thee Stallion situation was not worth it, bro, let it go and live your best life. Because unfortunately, you didn't do that. You shot the woman in the foot. Now you're doing 10 years in prison. And look what the fuck you're going through in there. Prison ain't sweet.
What I tell y'all? I told y'all when there is a stabbing multiple times and you have been stabbed over 5 times,
In jail.
it's a Mexican. In prison, it is a Mexican.
What?
Okay, let's tell the whole story. Tory Lanez DM just hilarious singing. Jess told Chris, and Chris called one of his cousins.
You stop that.
Do
People
not
don't believe
ever try to put that on my husband.
Oh.
And no, he's not full Mexican, so this is not his cousin.
Oh.
He's black. He's
Why would he throw that your way?
I don't know.
Well,
But I told y'all.
Casio, no relation to your Chris.
No.
Has been placed in a restrictive housing pending investigation because police are looking into this. And he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, personal use of a dangerous or deadly weapon, and inflicting great bodily injury. So he ain't going nowhere.
And didn't he do this before?
Yes.
Well, yes, he did a couple things.
That's why they
Say?
shouldn't have a general population.
In prison.
Because if I'm doing, how much time Tory got? 19 years, something like that?
Yeah, like 19 years.
You can't have me around these people that's doing life and don't got nothing else to live for. They just could be jealous, envious, hateful. Like,
But I'm sure he had the
Exactly.
option to stay in
Exactly.
protective custody PC and he didn't want to.
well, put me in peace.
The fact that the thing that Jess is talking about is there was a point in prison where Casio was sentenced to an additional 6 years for assaulting a prisoner with a deadly weapon.
See?
Yeah, so
So this nigga just go
Sound
around
like he should have
poking
been deported
motherfuckers.
a long time ago.
Exactly.
Well, we don't know.
El Salvador.
Well,
This nigga going around poking motherfuckers.
Stop it.
But hey, in jail, that's what you got. In prison, that's what you got. Well, see, when you go to jail, when you go to prison, you cannot control who the fuck you in there with. You can't say, hey, put me next to Billy Bob and Billy Ray.
Okay.
It don't work like that. When you in that bitch, they gonna put your ass in there with the rest of the motherfuckers, and y'all all gonna be in that bitch mingling together. And yeah, I disagree with them having somebody who doing a 10-year sentence, especially a celebrity, around lifers. You know what I'm saying? Because just think about it. That shit just don't add up. It's not fair. That shit's just not fair. But he's lucky, man. to get poked up 14 times, that man lucky to still have his life. But see, that's why I try to tell y'all, man, you got to think before, not after. Because I'm pretty sure Tory Lanez be sitting in his jail cell thinking about that night when he shot Meg Thee Stallion. And I'm pretty sure he regret that shit. Every single day when he in his cell, he regrets that decision. But it's
this is all I got.
But it's too late to think about it now. Should have thought about that before you did it. Alright, man, I'm gonna go and get up out of here, man. I just wanted to touch on that topic real quick, man, because that's a topic of discussion right now. And yeah, go ahead and drop in the comments my Silverback Gorilla Gang family what y'all think, y'all opinions, y'all take on that situation. If you not a part of Silverback Gorilla Gang family, hit that like, hit that subscribe, become a part of this amazing Silverback Gorilla Gang. And until next time, y'all already know I love y'all. Silverback Gorilla Gang.
Imagine waking up every day surrounded by strangers. In a group home, everybody around you is dangerous. Some got sharp blades, Keo snuck in a gun. They just beat a guy half to death for his Air Force Ones. It's survival of the lions, I can't lose, dog. Gotta squabble for your respect, win, lose, or draw. I ain't never scared, I can hop out there with the best of us.